Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jenn Akuoma, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your girl so you don't miss on any new videos that I post. Today's video is going to be me showing you guys how I do my flawless summer routine makeup. I've been doing this routine in particular the entire summer. It has not failed me, like hit after hit after hit after hit. Every single time it's gonna eat, especially in this New York summer weather. This is basically going to be like an updated flawless makeup routine. So this is my face after I just washed it. First things first is brows. What I've been doing to keep my brows in place and just to have like a different look for my brows is I'm using the Duo lash glue. I'm using it on my brows so that it keeps them in place all day. I just do a couple strokes, brush the hairs. Not only does this keep it looking very nice and clean and just uniform, but it also keeps it in place all day. I'm gonna do my brows off camera just because that takes a little bit longer, but I just wanted to show you guys that step because that is very important in keeping your brows nice and flawless for the look. So I actually started doing my brows, like filling it in. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills dip brow to fill it in, but I realized I did not prime my face, and I usually prime my face before I do my brows just so that by the time I'm done with my brows I could put on makeup. I'm gonna use my Maybelline Master Prime Face Studio. I use this, or I could use my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. My routine lately, I haven't really been putting too much foundation on. I haven't been putting any foundation on actually this summer, so this is kind of a no foundation makeup look. I'm gonna put a stripe right there, a little bit on the nose and the forehead. Okay. So now I'm just gonna finish my brows and I'm gonna go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer and conceal. So I'll just be right back. My concealer, I'm using a darker shade. Usually I would go in with Cool Tan to conceal, but because I just came back from Jamaica, by the way, so, and if you haven't seen that vlog, it'll be linked somewhere in the top or in the description box. Make sure to go watch it. I had a blast. I love Jamaica. I want to go back. I want to go back. I should go back in December to see Vibes Cartel, honestly. Like, I know that's going to be fun, but I just came back from Jamaica, so I have a very nice bronze tan. I don't know if you could tell, but I have a very nice tan. That's another reason why I usually don't use foundation in the summer is because my color matching is all over the place because of tans. Instead of using my cool tan, I'm using beautiful bronze. Brows look really good. I'm very happy with them. Pretty. So now that we finished brows and I let the primer sit on my skin for a little bit, I'm gonna go in with the same concealer that I used on my brows, which is the Pro Concealer, LA Girl Pro Concealer in Beautiful Bronze, and I'm gonna go underneath my eyes. So this is gonna be like a concealer, but this is literally like, it matches my skin. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but it matched. Well, it looks a little dark, but it matches my skin. So this is going to be my first layer of concealer. I just love LA Girl Pro concealer. Like, it will always be a part of my makeup routine in some way, shape, or form. Put it under my eyes, under my lip, a little bit on my forehead and my chin. And this is just going to serve as my base concealer, like just the first layer. So I like to blend out the edges first and then go inward to my inner corner. I bring the concealer to my nose, so I just make a line with my nose there, kind of like a triangle, like that. It might look like I'm not doing much right now, but you'll see why I'm doing this. So the reason that I use this concealer that's not really a concealer for me, but more so just like a base, not only does it acts kind of like as my foundation without being foundation, but it also helps me blend my contour more seamlessly into my other concealer. If I were to just go straight into the concealer that I actually use to highlight and then contour, it looks too harsh. Like, the color that I use is bright, so I feel like using this first and creating that first layer to act as like the foundation layer, even though I'm not wearing any foundation, is very important in my step for makeup. After that gets blended in, I contour. And you would have thought maybe the next step was going to be the next concealer. But no, I contour first because the way I blend my contour, which let me just start right now. And by the way, I use my Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Espresso. The way I do my contour is because I have high cheekbones, and when I smile, the apples of my cheeks are very high, like they're right here, right? So my contour cannot be down here. Like I can't have my contour there because it's not really going to do much. So the way I do my contour is I like to put that right here, which is very kind of high up in my opinion. I like to put that right there. And because I put it so high, I need to blend it in a way that makes it look seamless. After I finish blending, usually it kind of muddies up into my concealer foundation that I just put on. So if I were to have put my second concealer first and then contour, it wouldn't have blended as seamlessly as it should. So that is why I do my first concealer, then contour, then second concealer. So as you could see, blended really nice. It really lifted the face. Like if I were to have put my contour down here, it would not have given me the same lift that this is giving me. So when I blend my contour, I like to go in and sometimes up a little bit, like that. Okay. I also like to go in and contour my nose. I kind of keep it a little harsh at first because I'm gonna tone it down later. But when I use the Fenty matchstick, I just like to keep it a little harsh just so that it's there. So this is the makeup look so far. We're gonna go in with my Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in Cookie, and we're going to be using a little bit of this. A little bit goes a long way, especially because this is so bright. I don't know if you can tell, but this is not my true concealer color, at least not right now because of how tan I am. Maybe in the winter I could use this to really just go in, but right now I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna look a little crazy. I can't lie, it's gonna look a little crazy. So I just take a little bit, like literally a little bit, and I go like that. Okay, that's all you need to do. And then I also like to do a little bit on the bridge of my nose, my upper lip, one there, one there. I go in immediately and start blending out the center of my face because I don't want that to dry down too much. Trying to blend this concealer out in particular after it's dry is very hard and I don't want to look crazy. So I blend this out immediately. For the nose part, I'm going to use a beauty blender. This looks so good. Okay, and then by the time you finish blending that, you should be able to do the under eye. I like to do the same method. I'll start blending out the edges, bring it down around my nose, and then out. So blend out the edges. Make sure to be careful in the inner corners. Okay. And you see how I blend the edges with the contour? It blends way better this way. If you do a skin tone concealer first, then your contour, then your brighter concealer, it always blends out better that way, for me at least. And I don't, well, it depends on the day, but sometimes I'll put makeup on my eyelids, sometimes I don't. I have really big eyelids, so a lot of the times if I'm trying to go for more like natural look, I won't put any makeup there. But I don't know, I feel like sometimes putting makeup there or concealer or foundation, whatever you want to put there, it makes it makes the makeup look a little more heavy sometimes, just sometimes. But yeah, for the summer I kind of just was staring away from that, so I'm just gonna continue staring away from it for the purposes of this video at least. like seamless, just seamless. Oh my god. Make sure to keep that line, because as you can see, what I'm doing by keeping that line is making a more sharp, more defined contour. This eye is always my trouble eye. Like I can never get like the corners as well as I can on the other side. And then that's how you get a flawless concealer under eye base. If you want, you could also go back in with the same sponge you use for your contour, just to define your contour a little bit more. For blush, I'm going to be using my Pat McGrath Labs Electric Bloom Glow. It's like a creamish blush. It's kind of coming off red on camera. Well, yeah, it's like a reddish orange blush. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put that in the middle of my contour and my concealer. That's like where I like to place my blush. I'm gonna go like this. And for this blush in particular, I'm gonna blend it out with my fingers. I have another blush. Well, I have this blush by Juvia's Place. This one is like a liquid. This one I would blend out with a actual brush, but because this is not a liquid, this is, it's like a stick, I find that it blends best when I use my fingers. So I'm gonna use my ring finger and just blend that out. So now after that, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. So for setting powder, I use my Laura Mercier Translucent Honey. I love her down. She has gotten me through times. Okay, to set my face, I'm gonna be using my Beauty Blender Puff. I love this thing. This thing is the truth. Like, I've spoken about this plenty of times before. It is like this kind of like fabric material, and I use it to set my under eyes, but I also use this on the go. So if I'm ever going out and I want to touch up my makeup, I don't need to touch it up with powder. I could just touch it up with this. Just take this out, boom 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 boom, all the oils is gone, face is flawless and ready to go. So that's what I'm gonna do now. But before I set my face, I always make sure to re-blend out my under eye, just in case any creases developed as I was doing my makeup. So I'm gonna re-blend out my under eye and immediately set it with powder. So everywhere that had concealer on has this powder on. I know you're wondering,
well, Jennifer, what about the rest of your face? Like, you didn't do anything here, you didn't do anything here, you didn't do anything on your neck.
well, the neck part, I usually do put stuff on my neck, but that's if I'm using foundation. I usually put stuff on my neck when I'm using foundation because it is a stark difference. As for here, it is summer, it is hot. I do not want to have a full face of makeup. I don't even have foundation on because I don't want a full face of makeup. So I only put on what I feel like I need to put on, which is concealers, contours, and blush. Over here, I could leave it alone and it wouldn't look as off. Like right now, it would look really crazy because I just did my makeup, and especially if I set it right now, it's gonna look very like stark difference. Like there's nothing here and then makeup. But throughout the day, your makeup settles in, your natural oils peek through, and it looks more skin-like, like everything flows together more skin-like. So I technically don't have to put anything there, but usually sometimes what I would do is I would go in with my L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear bronzer palette. I would either go in with this, or I would go with my Cover FX pressed foundation. Actually, I think I'm gonna go in with this instead. So I'm gonna go in with my Cover FX pressed foundation in N110. I'm gonna put that on like my jawline just because there's nothing there, but I just don't want it to look such like a stark difference for right now. So I'm gonna go with my pressed foundation. And then to set my contour, I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's Place contour palette, the top color. I honestly don't like my contour to be too dark, especially on the face. Like the nose contour could be dark for me, but the face contour, I kind of want it to be more of like a bronzer than a contour. I'm gonna make sure to dust this off though, because the Juvia's Place on the nose contour could be very like abrasive and look very harsh, as you could see. This looks very harsh. I do tone this down, but I do like it to be harsh at first, just so that I know that there's something there. And I'm gonna use the same top color and go like that. Perfect. Next, we are going to set our blush. So we're gonna set our blush. So I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's Place blush palette, and I'm gonna go in with the top color just because that matches this one a little bit more. Tap. It's a lot. And then I'm going to set the blush. That is so pretty. Oh, I love being a girl. Okay. And I like to keep my blush pretty high up on my cheekbone. I keep it in between the contour and the concealer, just like how we did the underlying blush. But I also like to keep it a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. So as I'll put it here, but then I'm gonna bring it right here. Perfect. And then sometimes I'll go ahead and do a little dot on my nose so I can look like a little play doll, a little Barbie doll, little Bratz doll, little everything. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna go in with the excess powder that's on my hand. I always keep a little bit of excess powder on my hand for this reason. So I'm gonna go ahead with the excess powder on my hand, and I'm going to set my nose contour. And what that does is it tones it down a lot. I don't want that to look too crazy, so, and boom. So now that we've finished with that, I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face. I like to set my face before I do things like mascara and liner and stuff like that, just so that it doesn't bleed. I have been loving this lately. Like, this has been my holy grail. This is the One Size On Till Dawn mattifying waterproof setting spray. I'm almost done with it, which is a little crazy. I just got this. Maybe I need to stop spraying it as much. I'm not really sure how much I'm supposed to be spraying. I'll show you how much I spray, but I don't know how much I'm supposed to be spraying because it's kind of a little empty. But I just got this not too long ago. But this One Size setting spray is the truth. Like, it's kind of like a continuous spray, but I could put this on right now. My makeup will be set and looking nice up until what, 9 p.m. 10 p.m. I'll probably have to use this to like blot once and I'll be fine. Like, that's how good and mattifying this is. Like, if you're an oily girl, go ahead and get this. If you are a dry skin girl, I don't know if this is going to be the best for you because it's very mattifying. If you are a dry skin girly though, I do do suggest using the Charlotte Tilbury before you use this. I love this too as well. I use this with my MAC Fix Plus. I love that combination as well. Lately I've just been using this because it's summertime and I don't need that dewy look right now. Like I could do that in the fall and winter. Right now I need my makeup to sit and stay. This is all I was using in Jamaica and my makeup was set, honestly. So shake it and am I using too much? Like, I don't know if I'm using too much. I feel like that's a good amount because that's how much I will use for, well, I actually don't know because the others are not a continuous spray. So I'm not sure if I'm using too much, but it keeps my makeup set and there's no drying time. That's another reason why I really like that setting spray. There's no dry time. You put it on and it's already done. But the others, you spray it and you have to let it dry either with a fan or with your hands. Like, it needs to dry. Okay, next I'm gonna put on some mascara. Then I'm gonna line my under eye. And when I line my under eye, I usually tend to stop 3/4 into my eye. I stop like right there. And then I always like to draw on my mole back on in the middle of my face. Like so. Is that the finished look? Hold on. I think that's the finished look. It is not the finished look. I am bugging out if I think I'm about to have a finished look with no freaking lip. I'm gonna go in with my NYX pencil and line my lips. This is the NYX Professional Pencil in Espresso. I don't see the lip gloss I want to use, so I'm gonna use my Dior lip oil in Raspberry. So pretty. And this is the finished look. So pretty, so flawless. Literally how my makeup comes out every single time because I follow those exact steps every single time. I love how I do my makeup nowadays. Like, people would ask me like, who does your makeup? Oh my god, do you do makeup? It's giving me a very inflated head in regards to makeup itself because it's just like, wow, people really think I'm a makeup artist. People think I do this for a living. Nah, let me stop. Those are the steps that I use to get a flawless makeup routine every single time. It's really important to make sure your routine is foolproof because you don't want melting makeup in the sun. If you were to ask me in high school or 5 years ago to do a routine like this, it would not look the way it does right now on the camera because this takes practice, it takes time, and I'm very happy that I've really like poured into myself, into my craft in this regard because I don't know, makeup is kind of like a form of therapy for me, and there's just something about when it looks so good that makes the therapy session even better. It makes the therapy session even better because it's just like, wow, you ate. If you guys like this makeup look or if you're gonna try it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to your girl, and comment down below if you're gonna try this makeup look or do this routine for yourself. I want to see how it turns out for you, and if it was easy, hard, like let me know because this took me so long to get down packed. I don't want to know how long it'll take you guys to get down. If you have any questions about anything that I used in this video or any techniques that I used in this video, make sure to sound off in the comments and let me know. I love doing my makeup and I love sitting in front of you guys and doing my makeup, so of course if you love these types of videos, let me know so I could keep doing them. Thank you guys for watching, and of course I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you.